you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see, the Groupers taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Groupers offense takes the field to start this game off. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Using his feet. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on 3rd down. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. The Groupers send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. The Wolfpack offense comes out, and they'll go on the attack for the first time today. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Davis will throw. Complete to the left. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has... his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He leaves it with his back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. Firing toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the field goal unit is on the field. Never a doubt. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And here's the return. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So guys, we'll see this offense again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking downfield on first down. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Hard running there. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coaches, block those guys. Don't watch them tackle our guys.
He did not make it a stonewall on third down. And the groupers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Got it near midfield. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
He'll ride his man on the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
That pass is incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. On target. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. NC State going up tempo. The give to the tailback. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On the option. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Complete to the left. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Ice water in this quarterback's veins, man. 3rd play of the drive. It's 3rd and 10. You know the defense is expecting pass, but this quarterback, laser focus. He found the matchup. Great job reading coverage, and that was an absolute dime deep down the field.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Handoff to the single running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger.
And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played 1 quarter. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. The groupers will bring the punt team onto the field. Catches it at the 15. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, NC State.
Here we go. Right. On the move. Breaks into the open. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And when you got that kind of speed, football's got to be a lot of fun. I mean, Jesse, it's not there. Just pull it down. Go make a play.
That's definitely something that defense has never had to worry about in my day either. I think I just pulled a hamstring watching that guy go.
And off to Jones. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. NC State quick to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
White 94 slider choice. White 94 slider choice.
Davis looking to pass. Finds his big tight end. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back.
Hold.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. NC State has to come up with a big play here on 3rd down. Here comes the heat. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The punt team makes its way onto the field. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Nothing but punts as a result of the first 3 offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. Caught over the middle. It's Parrish.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom, I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
From the gun to give, looking for room. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the groupers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Grab behind the line, it's Parrish. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a 3rd down stop. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The groupers line up to punt it away. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. He's in open space downfield. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Davis will throw. Gets it out quickly. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. bites the back on the option to give. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. He'll toss it. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Push out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A big pickup on that run. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Open space at the 25. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time, they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect headed to the end zone, and you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Groupers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. And off to Jones. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. There he goes. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Handoff from the gun. Finds a little space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Give to the running back. He has the 1st and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Now from inside the red zone. Got it behind the line. It's Rush. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Makes the grab. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. They'll try to run it in. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Direct snap. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And it's them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead. That gives them tremendous confidence heading in at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. The give to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
Just about set to get this second half underway. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like, coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. Davis looking to pass. And the misconnection on third down.
Man, that's the start you absolutely talked about and discussed in the locker room. This defense, they didn't have a lot of success in the first half. They needed some good things to go their way, get a stop, create some momentum. Great first drive by this defense. Now their offense has got to put some points on the board.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. Trying to get rid of it. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because he did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket. Yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it. Can't throw the football. Can't follow through with his arm motion. Nice job by the defense.
Snagged in the middle, it's Peterson. And just a short and safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on third down. Give to the back. Can't get him to the ground. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on third down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it.
Turning it on. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
The give to the lone running back. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guy.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Groupers.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
NC State going up tempo.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
It's a bang-bang play, running a slant. The DB's draped all over the wide receiver. He's got to make a contested catch, but he shows really strong hands on that one.
Dropping back, it's Van Buren. And they fail to hook up on third down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. They'll go back to work on offense. They march to the end zone. again, and they'll be on top. They'll run this play from the pistol. On the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Groupers will punt it away on fourth down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Secures it at the 30. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Running behind that left side. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. He'll run it again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. The give on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
To the ground to try to move the chains. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Groupers have it with a 1st and 10. Now he's looking to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. The play action fake. And as he throws, intercepted. Trying to take it back. He's at the touchdown, NC State. How
prides themselves on getting turnovers, and it starts with the pass rush. It was the hit on the quarterback that forced the throw to not be as accurate as the QB would have liked. Nice job in the back end, securing the interception, and then taking it the distance.
The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there, it didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Here's the pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Caught in the backfield. It's fired. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Here's the handoff. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Bully ball on third and short. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. They'll run the option. And that's a live ball behind the line. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the...
He lobs one high down the left side. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore. Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. The give from the gun. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. NC State quick to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far. 2 runs, and this defense has been physical, giving up absolutely nothing. Palmer, what's your passing play I think you go to here?
No, I like moving the pocket at this point, Pollock, and also maybe thinking about the tight end on a crossing route. You can kind of get through the traffic, come out the other side.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes, but 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Davis will throw. Looking to get it in. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. And the groupers are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Quick handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. From his end zone, he'll go up top. Steps away to find some room. And he has a solid game. Way before sliding. The groupers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets rid of it. Caught close to the marker. It's Sheffield. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. And the groupers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Gonna let it fly. He's got it inside the 25. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. From the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. And the ball comes out. What a disaster. He's loose down the middle. And the defense got it. The 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, North Carolina State. The defense putting points on the board. That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And how about this defense, man? They just keep making plays. Another forced turnover and another touchdown. Man, they don't just scoop these fumbles up. They're scooping them up with the intent to score. Their 2nd fumble return for a touchdown today.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. The groupers now try to cash in on this big opportunity created by the defense. Sets up the screen, and maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
and you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way through.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack.
They got him. It's a sack. And what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Offense in a split backfield. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And not much picked up there, but that will do it for this